Howdy, howdy, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, so I got a question here from somebody on my WhatsApp group. If you want to join my WhatsApp group, all you got to do, come over to quantlabs.net/blog. It's right here. And you'll see this little guy right here. Join our WhatsApp group. Join to get into this kind of conversation. So this person asked this. So, as a Coinbase customer purchased some Bitcoins and kept it there as it appreciates, does Coinbase have any Bitcoin algo or bot I can use to increase my returns? The answer is no. Okay, so you can do the buy and hold like a stock, but if tomorrow there's a panic, your Bitcoin goes down, I don't think you'll be able to protect yourself. But there are APIs that Coinbase has, no different than Kraken. I'm just going to focus on these two exchanges for the U.S. markets or for U.S. citizens or residents. There's the Asian-based exchanges out there. The Binance is the biggest one out there, probably the most trusted. I've got two bots in play right now. This one really focuses on the overall Binance market. It's the same trading rules originally as my Kraken bot, which I'm naming all the bots by the exchange. But the profits there, it's not as good because, it depends on the Binance market and the alternative coins. A lot of these ones that I've highlighted here are DeFi coins. I'm not going to get into that. But you can do quite well with these no matter which way Bitcoin or Ethereum goes because of the number of coins out there that Binance has in the Tether market, namely on the futures market. This is the key. Futures market, okay? Repeat after me. Futures market. Because here's the thing. When you are on Coinbase, you are trading in the spot market and only the spot market. That will hinder you. If you are a typical trader doing the buy and hold, that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But I can show you as, well, I don't have my MotiveWave loaded up, but we know that it's not the best idea to do that, namely in crypto or any asset or instrument or asset class, because you will get Bitcoin performing for a while. There's never ever a guarantee whichever way it goes. But crypto, Binance, or Bitcoin, Ethereum can drop back. And if you're not watching it, you will lose money because it will drop back on your entry price. So keep that in mind. That's why the automation is there. So, as I said, repeat after me, futures market, futures market. Coinbase does not offer a futures market whatsoever at this time of recording, being on November 16th, 2020. So because of that, there is FTX. I haven't checked into them if they do support Americans and what kind of fees they have with the futures market. But in order to get really good performance, you got to be an trade with the API, trade on the order book, because there's a specific type of data that you will not get in the spot market. It's in the futures market. And knowing how to utilize, no different than the options market with bid and ask or the futures, you get special type of data that you can use to your advantage. That's why I'm getting the performance I'm getting. So that brings us back to Kraken. Kraken does offer a futures market. It's 0.16% commission fees, which is very high compared to 0.1%. So if you're scalping like most bots do, you're probably going to have a tough time trading, because over the last week, what I can tell you, when Bitcoin moves a lot, like if it's moving $500 or $1,000 per day, that kind of bot, that type of strategy will do well because the moves are big enough where you can cover the commission fees plus make profit on each trade. Here's the problem though. As the Bitcoin moves are no longer as big, like going from 500 to 1,000 per day down to maybe 200 a day. The opportunity to make money with Bitcoin.
Entry.
That's the bot speaking. That crypto namely in Bitcoin or Ethereum, the profit levels drop if the moves are not as big. So as a result, that's where the commission fee, namely Kraken and Coinbase, namely in Kraken futures 1.16, will become a hindrance to make money, because if the moves are not as big and wide in Bitcoin, you have to first obviously cover the commission fee for both the entry and the exit, which is 0.16 times 2, and after that you have your profit to worry about. So, for instance,
exit TRBUSDT.
oh, see, that goes crazy. So right now, if I was to show you these guys right here, namely this is the performance of the bots over the last 9 days. But here's the profit, the P&L, $662, okay, has been made theoretically, but the commission out of that is just over 10%, and that's again on the entry, the exit, okay, so that's on Binance where it's very low as a smaller account. Now, when you go over to Bitcoin, you'll see the difference, or over to Kraken, the U.S.-based coin here. So here, you'll see the difference, okay? So here, just overall, okay, so if you had one Bitcoin in 5 days, let's say Bitcoin was worth $16,000, your rate of return would have been, or the P&L would have given you $12,928. That's netted out after commission, which is pretty good. So here is your total rate of return of 0.79% with one Bitcoin over the last 5 days. Bitcoin's moving that strong. But here's the killer part, is the commission fees, this right here. That $5,847 is a chunk of change, which represents almost 50% of your profit. So if you live outside the States, you're better off to trade with a lower trustworthy exchange, namely being Binance, and trade in the USDT market or Tether market, which is tethered to the USD fiat market. This is actual real US dollar. Your fees are going to be cut quite a bit from 0.16 to 0.1. So you do the math there, and then being in the good old West, you know, you would have to now, at least in my country, the capital gains is 50%. So now you got to take away another 50% on top of the commission, plus your net here of 12,900. 50% of that's got to go to the government. That's why I wrote this article here. Let me just see here. And now I wrote yesterday. And just as a reminder, if you want to know my most recent, which was this morning, views of it, I got this video called Malaysia Crypto Call about winning $900 in real time with Bitcoin trading bot. So I cover this topic as well. But what I did was I typed this up yesterday, and this is a real, call it bee in the bonnet with me, because you're already getting hosed so bad. Like you've got a really good performing bot with Bitcoin doing really well, where it's moving quite a bit.
Ether entry.
Okay, now we got an Ethereum entry. We'll watch that. But you know, you got $12,928. But guess what? To the U.S. exchange, Kraken, you're paying nearly half of it in commissions. That to me is highway robbery. But that's what you get for being in the U.S. So coming back to the article I wrote, let me just see here, right here. USA not liberating citizens for success with excessive crypto trading fees. So that's the name of the article. In here, what I talk about is not just what I just said about the 0.15% for Coinbase, 0.16 for Kraken, which I'm just showing you what it costs. On top of that, you got to deal with now your, wherever you live, the capital gains. So my country, it's half. So you're getting hosed. You're getting ripped off at all levels, despite all the efforts you put into a winning bot. So the problem right now is, where can you go? How do you avoid this? My only suggestion is move out of country, go to a tax-friendly regime. namely with this guy local in Malaysia, one example. But this is what we're dealing with now, where even with a super profitable bot, a good chunk of it's going to be eaten up in commission. On top of that, you're also going to pay on the net another 50% potentially with your capital gains. So that's the only way to avoid that.
Exit Pi BTH
Yeah, that's good. That's a typical trade with this bot. So let me just see how that did, because right now it's $3,200 for the day, and that's another big killer. Friday was nearly $6,000. Yesterday was a weekday; it only made $300. So let's see what it did today. $3,200. So now it's up $500. So now we've gone from that to 38.20 for the day since 12 midnight my time, which is Eastern Standard New York time. So that's the really amazing performance that we're getting, but the commissions and now the tax is the problem. Coming back to this, Coinbase, Kraken, whatever you choose is not a wise. If you're stuck in the US, guess what? Kraken is obviously the only choice you have. You can't get around the commission fee unless you have a big account like 500,000 or like a large 6-7 digit account, which most likely we all don't have, to lower the commission fee a little bit. But if you really want to chop it down, if you can, open up a Binance account. And actually, as another alternative, is you have Binance.US, but when I last looked at it, it was only trading $6 million of crypto in it every day, which is like nothing compared to Binance, which is compared to Kraken, which is way bigger. So we're at that level, and I just wanted to put all that out there. Hopefully you got some good use out of it, and we shall talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Over and out.